my friends, how are you today? I am doing well. I hope you are also. And I gotta tell you, I went out to our local Big Lots. I made some pickups. I went to our local Savers. I made some pickups. And then I came home and there was mail on my porch. And I guess I picked that up too. And I want to share with you my new additions to my Blu-ray, DVD, media collection. Here we go. Try to say it all in one breath. Relax. Okay, all right. So, first place I went to was Big Lots. And I got let me see, I'll get these all together here for you. And I got season 1 through 3 of The Love Boat. Yes, for $15, I got the first 3 seasons of Love Boat. Why? Because I made a mistake, okay? That's why. For some reason, I was thinking in my head that this was Fantasy Island. Does that make any sense to you? Yeah. No, I legitimately was like, oh, I remember seeing this show as a kid and da-da-da-da-da. And I did see The Love Boat when I was a kid, but it doesn't stick out as much as Fantasy Island. So in my head, I'm like, I'm going to get the first 3 seasons of Love Boat. And I remember Love Boat being so good and everything. And then I'm driving home and I'm like, wait a minute. I wanted Fantasy Island. I didn't want Love Boat.
Smiles, everyone, smiles.
Same thing happened to me about a month ago with, I think it was Seventh Heaven. Seventh Heaven? And I actually wanted Party of 5. I don't know, sometimes in my head. But yeah, 3 seasons of Love Boat for $15. I figure that's a good deal. I mean, it's how many hours? How many hours we got here?
What am I looking back at this thing? It doesn't tell me. 20 discs. 20 discs. And it doesn't tell me the total. Woo! 20 discs. So it says the same time. Anyway.
20 discs, $15. Couldn't pass it up. Next thing I got was Wild Things, starring Neve Campbell and Matt Dillon and Kevin Bacon. I have not seen this movie for a long time, but I have wanted it because it has gone, what I've been looking online has gone out of print. But for some reason they had it at Big Lots. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna definitely grab it because I've been looking for it. Is this one, and I think it was Cruel Intentions I've been trying to get, but then I come to find out when I started doing my catalog, and I already had Cruel Intentions, but I needed Wild Things. So I was super excited to see this thing on the shelf. So, do I remember the movie that well? No, I don't. I don't remember it that well at all. But I know I wanted to add it to my collection. Actually, it's an upgrade because I have Wild Things 1 through 3. I think 1 through 3. I think that's where they're at, all on DVD, and I wanted to upgrade it to Blu-ray. But just the first one. I didn't want the other 2. The other 2 were those direct-to-DVD things, and meaning they probably weren't that exciting to begin with. So I just wanted the one with the big stars. Next thing I got was, it was on sale. Look at that. It was $5, and they marked it down to $2.50. I had to pass this up. I didn't pass it up. I had to grab this. Okay. I'm not a sports fan. I don't. It's not my thing. You know, when I didn't grow up with sports, so sports movies and stuff. I mean, I like a Field of Dreams, but maybe that's because it's more about ghosts than sports. But I don't mind like a Rudy or a I'm trying to think of my favorite sports type movies here. Rudy would be one of the big ones. Field of Dreams, Major League, but then we're talking comedies. We're not really talking sports. Anyway, but my son just started playing football, and I figured we got The Express, the Ernie Davis story. Don't know who. Sorry, Ernie. Don't know who you are. Dennis Quaid's in it, and Rob Brown. I don't know who Rob Brown is either. And Friday Night Lights. Now, I heard of Friday Night Lights because it stars Billy Bob Thornton. I like Billy Bob Thornton. So I figured for $2.50, we got 2 movies, $2.50. I mean, it's no Dollar Tree, but hey, you know, they could be halfway decent. Then this one was $3 at the old Big Lots there. And this one I have seen quite a bit. My kids absolutely love this movie. They watch it over and over and over again. Matter of fact, I think it might be a little overplayed. But I wanted to upgrade this from DVD to Blu-ray. So for $3, I got the movie Norbit, and I had to get it. I mean, this was a no-brainer. I think it was like the first or second thing I saw on the shelf, and I was like, okay, $3, I'm grabbing it. $3, okay. And then I actually had Goma Pyle season 1, I think, in my hand. So
Gosh, Shazam! 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 Olay! Olay! Shazam!
and then I went online to see whether or not they have, because the way I am, I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna buy the first season of Goma Pyle, then I'm gonna like, I should own them all because I have all the Andy Griffins, and then I gotta get all the Goma Piles, and I'm gonna buy the first season, and then it's gonna start a chain reaction of, could I just have bought the whole series for like $40, or should I buy seasons? You know what I mean? So doing a little research, it's actually more beneficial for me to buy the complete series of Goma Pyle than to buy individual seasons. So I put that one back on a shelf. I think it was $5. Put that back. Leave that for one of those people that you know, walk by and they're like, yes, Goma Pyle. I want just the first season. Let them have it. You know, and I'll go after. But Norbit, great movie. My kids absolutely loved it, and that was the end of my Big Lots pickups. Now, then I went over to our local Savers, and I was a little excited about this too. Doesn't take much to get me excited. First one was a movie that my son wanted to see, and I was happy to see on the shelf. And let me go on the record and say, our Savers sells their movies for $2.99. So actually, it's cheaper to buy a brand new factory sealed Blu-ray at Big Lots, or a brand new factory sealed Blu-ray or DVD at Dollar Tree than it is to buy a used copy of something at your local Savers or Goodwill or you know, a place like that. One of those what are they called? They're called thrift stores. Thrift stores. Yes. So anyway, but I was gonna buy this a while ago. I was gonna buy it brand new. $3, okay, and not only that, I got lucky because actually our Savers near us had some kind of special going on. It was like they were actually a half price, so it was actually $1.50 for everything, each thing I picked up today. So The Sixth Man starring Kadeem Hardison and Marlon Wayans. Good movie. It's about a two brothers playing basketball. They like, not just brothers, like best friends, you know, and then something happens to one of the brothers. He ends up dying, and the weaker of the two is one of the survivors. Not giving away anything. This happens right at the beginning of the movie, and he's having a difficult time coping with the fact that his brother just passed, and he's having a hard time with the fact that you know, they put a lot of pressure on him to be that brother, but he can't be that brother. So, you know, he does a little wishing, a little praying or whatever, and all of a sudden the brother comes back to help them along with the game. But the problem is the brother was when in his life and even in his death, he was a ball hog. He was a showboater, you know, so the team realizes that the ghost is there, but they don't want the ghost there anymore because they want to do it on their own. It's one of those movies where it's like, we could do it by ourselves. We can get rid of this person or whatever, and we could do it on our own. And then no biggie. At the end of the movie, surprise. You know what I mean? The Sixth Man. Good movie. Decent. Next movie. This one this one is out of print. Not available on Blu-ray. And I was excited to get it because it's an addition to my Robin Williams collection. And it's a really, really underrated Robin Williams movie. Now, would I classify this movie as a comedy? Probably not. Would I classify it as a drama? It's in between. It's a movie called Toys. This is a very enjoyable movie. I mean, it's to try to sum it up, okay? Robin Williams and his sister, they and their father, they own this toy development place, okay? But it's like one of these far-fetched toy places. Like the father's like almost like a big or whatever. They try out the toys. They're part of the toys. They live with the toys. You know, it's like they're all about the toys. You know what I mean? It's like, and the father passes away. This happens at the beginning of the thing, and leaving the Rob Williams character to take over the toy place. But the uncle comes back, and the one of the main rules for the uncle's for the father's toy business was no war toys, no army toys, no guns, no violence. Everything had to be happy and plush and fluffy and beautiful and musical, and that's what they live by. But then all of a sudden the uncle comes by because the father passed away, and he tries to take over the toy place, and he wants to develop war toys, and a big battle goes back and forth with the Robin Williams character and the uncle. And really what's cool is the son I think it's his son, played by LL Cool J. But if you've never seen the movie Toys with Robin Williams, this is a Robin Williams must see. Okay, I would put this in the Robin Williams top 5 of Robin Williams movies. Yeah, look at me pushing, you know, the big hits away. You know, the Good Will Hunting or whatever. No, this movie should be in that top 5 with Good Will Hunting and Patch Adams. You know, Toys, excellent Robin Williams movie. I was really excited to get that because I know it's out of print. I know that it's a little bit difficult to get, and I know it would have to be eBay purchase, and to see that on a shelf was pretty cool. And the last thing I picked up from Savers was this movie called Apocalypto. Now, why did I get this movie? Now, back in the day, I used to work with a guy who used to talk about this movie all the time. But you got to see Mel Gibson's Apocalypto. Now, the way he summed it up was right after Mel Gibson had some kind of weird breakdown after he did The Passion of the Christ, he released this movie Apocalypto. But supposedly, it's like all subtitles. But according to the guy, it's one of these subtitle movies that you watch it and you don't really this does kind of make sense. You start to really understand what the people are saying because it's like a pure action type movie. You know what I mean? It's almost like it doesn't really even matter. Like if you ever seen The Passion of the Christ, it's all subtitles in the beginning, but then you know the story, so you're good with it. You know, this is supposedly what I was told. And please comment below if I'm wrong, because I don't want to throw this thing in and be reading for 2 hours. I'm not gonna look because I'm not gonna find it. For, let's say 2 hours. I'm assuming it's a 2-hour movie because that's a Mel Gibson staple. At least 2 hours of me sitting there reading. I'm hoping that's not the situation. I'm hoping that it is just action packed and I'm gonna enjoy it. I know that this was out of print for a long time. It's probably another reason why I never bought it, and the price went crazy, and which was probably another reason I bought it because I really didn't care. I didn't really care about the movie Apocalypto. I didn't really care about the storyline, the premise, you know. But this guy used to boost it up so much. I was like, hey, for $1.50, I'm gonna check out some Apocalypto. You know what I mean? And to be perfectly honest with you, I mean, being that it came from a used place, I mean, it is mint, and I was kind of happy about it. I mean, it's got everything that I guess it needs. But Apocalypto was my other pickup from Savers. Last thing, I come home and package on the ground, and I ordered this a while ago, and I have not seen this movie for a long time. Now, there's certain movies that I watch and I absolutely love, and then they especially when I was a kid, they just drop off the radar. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know if you've ever seen this movie where let's say okay, let me slow myself down here. Back in the day when we had HBO and Cinemax and Stars and all of those things, they had those free previews. You remember the free previews that they would give you, and you would watch the free previews. And there'd be certain movies that would come on at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and you're watching them, and you're like, this is a good movie. You know, maybe not so much because it was a good movie, but because it was free. You know what I mean? And you were watching it. And I remember watching this movie, and then I totally forgot about it. Totally forgot about it. And then I started collecting the, how should I, the Haim, the two Corys. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. Corey Haim and Corey Feldman. I started collecting Corey Haim, Corey Feldman movies, and I started doing a little research online. I went on Internet Movie Database, and I'm like, okay, show me all the Corey Feldman movies, show me all the Corey Haim movies, and this movie came up, and I was like, wow, I remember that movie because I remember. Okay, let me. The movie is called Edge of Honor. Okay, and what's cool about this is I know that this is one of those. Now I paid quite a bit for this. I paid, I think, $20 for this. To me, that's quite a bit. It's quite a bit for a DVD. This is a DVD, but it is. See how it's in a little snapper thing there and a little plastic doohickey thing there. So I have movies like this. And they're probably some of my most favorite movies, like the movie The Gate, if you ever heard of the movie The Gate. Or there's a movie called Trick or Treat. But not Trick or Treat, the new one. It was Trick or Treat. It had Gene Simmons in it. I think it had, I want to say it had Alice, no, it might not be Alice Cooper. I know it definitely had Gene Simmons. Ozzy Osbourne had, yes, they did cameos in it, and it was starring the guy from Family Ties. Okay, so it was the goofy character from Family Ties. I hope I'm not wrong about that. Anyway, But it came in a case like this, and for a while you would be able to pick these up at like a Big Lots or a Ocean State job lot, and they were usually like $2, $5 or whatever, and they had a bunch of them, and I would assume a lot of people just passed them up, just said, you know what, and this was when regular DVDs were out, so it was like, you know, these little stupid cases, you know, I'm not really caring for them, they're slim, they're slender, they're kind of whatever, but a lot of people passed up on them, which made them, of course, very collectible now, because they're out of print, and they don't make these things anymore. But this movie, Edge of Honor, it stars Corey Feldman and Meredith Salinger, which was also cool because one of my other favorite movies is Dream a Little Dream, which starred both of them. So I was like, wow, you know, we got a after Dream a Little Dream movie with both of those stars in it. And so the movie itself is about these campers, okay? They're part of like a Boy Scouts type thing, but they're older, you know? It's kind of a far-fetched Boy Scouts because you got Corey Feldman, who's probably, I would say, probably in his late teens or whatever, and then you got these other characters that are in their late teens too, and they're Boy Scouts, you know what I mean? And they happen upon like these mercenary type guys. They steal rocket launches and stuff like that, and they hide them in the woods. The kids find them. Of course, the mercenaries, they go after the kids, but they don't know it's kids. They show up at this camp, and they see the camp counselors, and they don't know it's a camp. They think it's a bunch of people that are horning in on their merchandise and everything. They start shooting up the place, killing half the kids in there. This happens at the beginning of the movie, so I'm not ruining anything for you. And I don't even know if you can get a copy of this thing. Good luck on that, because I've never even seen another one like this. But so they end up killing most of the campers and leaving a handful of kids out in the woods, and it's almost like one of these, like they're Ramboing themselves, like a Red Dawn type situation. You know, they're trying to, and the Meredith Salinger character, she's in the beginning of the movie. The mercenary guy, who was played by, I want to say it's Patrick Swayze's brother. Okay, because this guy looks just like Patrick Swayze, and I don't know if it says on the back. Why do I even bother? Why do I bother ever looking at the back of these things? They never tell me anything. I would say Meredith Salinger, Corey Feldman. Wait. Don Swayze. Yeah, so it's gotta be Patrick's brother. Looks just like him anyway. He plays like that one of the head of the mercenary guys. So you got these kids are in the woods, and they're all trying to get out of the woods alive. It's almost like take that. Wow. I gotta take my medication before I do these videos because I'm just off. I gotta slow down. Okay. So, I'm a Corey Feldman, Corey Haim fan. I enjoy these movies. There's one movie by Corey Haim that I've been eyeballing for years, and I know it's available on DVD. I'm hoping that eventually you'll get a Blu-ray. It's called a movie called The Watches. If you've ever seen the movie, I think it's a werewolf movie. I've never had a physical copy of it. I never had a VHS. I've never had a DVD, but I know that there is a DVD out there, but it's going for big money. It's been out of print for a long time, but I just don't want to drop the ball. I don't want to pay the money. I don't want to pay that kind of money for a DVD. I just don't. I don't think it's like one of those that I necessarily need. And it does seem like something that eventually they're going to release on some kind of other format. I'm just hoping and praying that eventually it will. But Edge of Honor, Meredith Salinger, Corey Feldman, and another thing, Meredith Salinger's in this movie for maybe 15 minutes. I don't know why she made the head thing. I think it was because Dream a Little Dream just ended, and Corey Feldman was the star, and even him, he's not even like the big star in this. So it's kind of a goof, but he's in it, she's in it, and I want it. I'm not gonna throw this one because I'm afraid I'm gonna crack the case, and I can't replace the case. Is that it? Yeah. Those are the end of my pickups. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. I always try to end this thing with, I do a lot of videos a lot. That doesn't even make any sense. I make a lot of videos, and I post a lot. So please hit that subscribe button and hit the bell if you want to be notified when I shoot out another one of these things. And I will see you later.